Hey, what's going on YouTube? I am here. I'm actually in my home right now, and we're all stuck at home, right? I even got the beard going. I want to break down an at-home workout that you can do for vertical jump. Now, we've been getting a ton of interaction from you guys to come out with more vertical jump. People are already jumping out of the gym. They're throwing down dunks. Our Instagram's blowing up. So I wanted to put together a full workout because we actually haven't done that yet. And this workout's good for any athlete, baseball, basketball, football. You need to jump higher in order to run faster. So both go hand in hand, and that's why we post both on this channel. So I'm gonna cut away and I'm gonna break this down into 3 phases. Phase number 1 is your warm up. Phase number 2 is your activation. And phase number 3 is your ignite phase or your plyometric phase. So we're gonna go through each one, show you every exercise, and then at the end of the video, stay tuned all the way to the end because I have some exciting news for you guys.
So the first exercise is the toe grab. Simply grab on your foot and lean forward, and you're going to feel this in your quad. As you lean forward, you're going to reach out with your other arm, and then you're going to repeat that process walking forward. Do this for about 10 yards. If you do not have access to 10 yards, you can simply do this in place. The next part of the dynamic warm-up is the toe grab with a touch. It's the same exact thing as the toe grab, only you're going to go down and touch your toe once you grab on the opposite foot. This is going to require a little bit of balance. It's going to require stability. The next warm-up drill is the knee pull. With the knee pull, you're simply going to pull in front of your knee. As you pull, you're going to rise up on your opposite leg, doing almost a calf raise. You're going to repeat this motion walking forward or do it stationary if you do not have the space. The next exercise is the ankle pull. You're going to pull underneath your ankle and your knee and drive up with your other foot, doing a calf raise. The next exercise is the hamstring kickback. With the hamstring kickback, you're simply going to swing your arms down, leave your leg straight on the ground, and kick your other leg back. You're going to feel this in your hamstring, and it's going to increase your range of motion, getting you more fired and ready to go. The next exercise is the Frankenstein. Simply put your hands directly out in front of you, just like Frankenstein, and kick the opposite hand with your foot. The next exercise is the crossover. Stand with your feet together, cross over your foot, call it left over right. Once you cross the left over right, you're going to touch your back. So it would be your back right heel in this case. You're going to repeat this motion. You're going to walk the 10 yards, and then you're going to do the same thing coming back. All of these exercises you can do stationary, but we do recommend walking 10 yards and doing them. The next dynamic warm-up exercise is the side lunge. Simply drive your knee up as if you're a pitcher. You're going to land into the side lunge. You're going to go back to the center, and then you're going to bring your original planted leg back. So you're going to walk over slowly. So it's knee drive up, land and lunge, back to the center, feet together. Knee drive up, side lunge, back to the center. The next exercise is the lunge with an arm swing. As you lunge forward, your hands go up to the air and you really stretch out that abdominal while you're increasing your range of motion and working on that sprint and that hip flexor firing. The next warm-up exercise is the lunge with a twist. Simply fold your hands, lunge out forward, and you're going to twist your hands over your knee and repeat going forward. Every time your knee goes out, you're going to lunge over the leg that is out in front of you. This is going to open up your hips. This is going to increase the range of motion in your abdominal and in your core, and it's going to overall make you feel more explosive and more ready to go. The next exercise is the hurdle walk. Simply start with your hands on your hips. You're going to walk forward, swinging your leg outwards, around, and then forward. And then other leg outwards, around, and then forward. You're going to repeat this. You're going to walk 10 yards. If you do not have the 10 yards of space, you simply do it stationary in place. The next warm-up exercise is the backwards hurdle walk. With this, you're simply going to do the same thing, only we're going to go backwards walking over. Imagine that there's a hurdle that you need to get your legs over. Really drive those hips up and slowly work your way back. So it's up in front of you, around your body, backwards. Up in front of you, around your body, backward step. So there is the dynamic warm-up. You're going to do this before every single workout. Dynamic warm-up comes first on the totem pole of things that you're doing when you're training with any twice-the-speed system. So this warm-up right here needs to be done before any sort of activation, any sort of ignite, any sort of explosive or plyometrics or any sort of training that you're going to do. This is the first step that you need to be doing prior to getting into anything else. This is going to increase your range of motion. This is going to heat up your muscles rather than cool them down, which is a very common thing for young athletes to do. They cool down their muscles by doing static stretching. This is dynamic stretching, which is heating up your muscles, getting ready for them to fire. So be sure to do this before every single workout. This exercise is quick feet lateral. Start with your legs together, feet together on one side of a line. You're going to hop over to the other side of the line, and you're going to repeat back and forth as fast as you possibly can. You're going to do this for 10 seconds, and if you want to keep track of how many times you get over the line, just count every time you get over once. This is the quick feet forward. You're simply going to go for 10 seconds on and off the line, going back and forth. So you're facing the line, you hop over the line, you hop back. You hop over the line, you hop back. Every time you get over in front, you would count that as 1 rep. The next exercise is the quick feet alternate. You're going to stagger your feet on the line, and you're going to work on the sprinting motion, alternating your feet over the line. So if you start with your left in front, you're going to fire your right and then fire your left, and so on. Make sure that you're working on your form. Make sure that your arms are at 90 degrees and you're pumping them, and count how many you get within 10 seconds. The next exercise is the wideout. Start with your feet shoulder width apart. You're going to get in an athletic stance, low, and you're going to simply bring your feet outwards, jumping out a little bit wider than your shoulders, and then jumping back into shoulder width. Out wider than your shoulders, back into shoulder width. The next exercise is the broad jump. Simply pull out a tape measure if you have one. If you do not have one, do not worry. You're going to start with your feet planted, and you're going to jump as far forward as you can. Now, the reason I love having a tape measure for this exercise is so you as the athlete or your children can do this workout, or your athletes can do this workout and constantly track and measure how far they are jumping forward. The further your broad jump and the better your horizontal displacement, the faster you're going to run, the faster you're going to accelerate, and you're going to dominate on the field or court. So be sure when you're doing these broad jumps that you're tracking and measuring. And when you track and measure, you're going by the back of the heel. So you start before the 1 inch line or before the 0 inch line, and you jump as far as you can, and then you measure from the back of your foot. If you fall or if you touch anything, if you step backwards, it goes from the furthest point backwards. So be sure that you're landing, you're sticking, and you're measuring from the heel. The next exercise is the lunge to lateral hop. With the lunge to lateral hop, you're simply going to start in a lunge, you're going to jump into the air, landing on your other leg, and then you're going to laterally hop over. You're going to repeat this going each way. The next exercise is the single leg butt kick. Simply stand on one leg and try to jump off that leg, kicking your butt and then landing. This is a little bit more advanced, so if you cannot do the advanced version, simply jump trying to get your leg halfway to your butt, and then you drop it down and land on the turf or court, and then repeat that motion. The next exercise is max effort jumps. You're simply going to leisurely walk and step and explode and jump as high as you possibly can, and then leisurely walk and repeat that process. There's no tempo to this. There's no rest period. As soon as you feel good to jump again, as soon as you mentally get ready, you're going to jump as high as you can, walk a little bit, reset, jump as high as you can. That's why these are called max effort jumps, because you want to be jumping as high as possible every single time you explode.
All right, guys, so there you have it. That is the exact sets, the exact reps, the exact exercise that you need to be doing at home in order to jump higher. We broke it into 3 simple phases to follow. Now, I told you there'd be some exciting news, and we have some unbelievable news for you. In the link below, we actually launched a free app. And in this app, you can get your speed training goals, right? Or your vertical jump and speed training score. So it's called your TTS score. If you click the link in the description below, it'll bring you to the app. It's absolutely free. It's called Speed Training Challenge. But I want to know who's the most athletic watching this. I want you guys to go through it. It's absolutely free. Go through it. Send in your score to me on Instagram, and I'm going to reply to you, and we will feature the best scores from this video, from this app. This is the only place that we're actually even promoting this. So I'll know that you came from this video. All right? Hit me up with your score and let me know what you get. All right, guys, there are over 80,000 of you who watch our videos who have not subscribed yet. So if you're still watching this, be sure that you subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, be the first to see these videos, because we do offer a lot of free stuff, a lot of free workouts, and we do cool announcements. So if you want to be part of the Toy Speed family and you want to be the first to know when we do anything, be sure that your notifications are on and you subscribe to the channel now. All right, and guys, The link is in the description. Click it right now. Get your TTS score. I'm willing to bet that most of you guys won't get over 100. That's just my bet. I'm telling you. So if you haven't already, do that. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, as always, be sure you subscribe to the channel. There's a little circle next to me on the right-hand side. Be sure that you're clicking that and you're subscribing to the channel right now. Turn on those notifications and leave a comment and let me know what sport you play, and I'll be reaching out shortly. Talk soon, guys.